so the debate and controversy keeps going on. Now, we are all interested in getting to the bottom of it. Did the money come from Mr. Boakye-Agyarko? And if yes, why is he denying it? If no, why is Mahama Ayariga accusing him of giving out monies to the minority to bribe them, as he is alleging? Now, the other name that has come up in this whole debate is that of Muntaka Mubarak, the minority chief whip. And he is also saying that he has no knowledge of what Mahama Ayariga is saying. So there seems to be a clear divide in the front of the minority in Parliament. The majority, interestingly, is extremely quiet about this. There is another question. Did they also get part of the money, or they were totally left out? And if so, why would Mr. Boakye-Agyarko supposedly pay just the minority and leave out the majority side? So a lot of debate is ongoing about this. You would also recall that in the last few years, and quite recently, about a month or two ago, Martin ABK Amidu, who is a former Attorney General and some call him citizen vigilante, released a statement where he was very categorical that members of Parliament seem to have been bribed over time, and that there is massive corruption that has bedeviled the House of Legislature. We would put up some of his quotes and then some other key statesmen who have spoken about some of the developments in Parliament. Let's just turn quickly to the screen now and look at what Mr. Martin Amidu said in a statement he released a few weeks ago, about a month ago. He says the money extorted, that's a quote, the money extorted by parliamentary committees and related bodies and individuals under such extortion racketeering from the MDAs is no small money, because even the supporting staff of the Committee of Parliament is paid a share of it. That's a quote by Martin Amidu, former Attorney General. Let's go on to one other person who has also said something in the past, who he also was quite categorical. He was actually a member of Parliament, former member of Parliament, and he said, that's PC Appiah Ofori. He said that every NPP member of Parliament who took part in the approval of the Vodafone deal knew in their hearts that they took $5,000 from the former Chief of Staff. And in former Chief of Staff, I was referring to Kojo Mpianim. And we'll be speaking to him shortly, if you can just stay with us. This is Professor Stephen Adair. He's a former rector of GIMPA. He also accused Parliament some time back. He said that, quote, now if you want Parliament to pass anything else, not only do you bribe the committee, but after they have gotten their share, they ask you, where is our laptop, quote. In other words, you haven't made provision for our girlfriends, indirectly saying that the money that you give is not enough and that you must get some for their girlfriends as well. Let's go to the phone lines now and speak to PC Appiah Ofori, former member of Parliament for Esekuma Dobin Brakwa. Good afternoon, sir, and thank you very much for joining us. All right, we clearly recall your days in Parliament where you were very categorical about the fact that some underhand dealings have been ongoing in the House of Legislature. Are you surprised at all about these latest accusations?
I'm not surprised. It is true. I'm not surprised at all.
But there seemed to be a back and forth. One person says, yes, they did. The other said, no, they didn't give any such money. Does that seem to be a surprise to you in terms of the denial? Because over time, there seemed not to have been anybody, caught red-handed with evidence. So are you surprised about the denial and the back and forth about this?
My worry is this. The quantum of the amount of 3,000 allegedly given to one person is most unfortunate, because I feel that is not true. You see, nobody will carry 3,000 CDs to go and give it to one person. What about the rest? So does it mean that all the remaining members of the committee were each given 3,000?
That is what the minority side is saying, which means that the 10 of them, the 10 members of the minority on the appointments committee took the 3,000. And so that is 3,000 times 10, that's about some 30,000.
Yes. What I'm saying here is that 30,000 for one group of people, and then the majority also get theirs. After that, that was not the end of the matter. The whole thing will be approved at the House. And if they had collected 30,000, if they had collected 30,000, then what about the remaining 250 members, 54 members? They will have to collect this because approving it at the committee level was not enough. Final approval was to be given by the whole House. So if the 10 members or 20 members or 30 members have each been given this amount, and then nothing will go to the whole House, then the approval will not come. So
okay, but
this makes me believe the whole story, that it might not be true.
all right, Honorable, my final question to you would be, over time, I mentioned earlier that you have raised this allegation over and over. Other statesmen and other former members of parliament seem to have, hit this drum over and over. But nothing really seems to be done. We hear of privileges committee and then everything seems to, fizzle out. How do you think we can get to the bottom of this?
Yes, I've said over and over again that unless people who collect such bribes are prosecuted, this will go on unabated. So I am calling on the president that proper investigation should be conducted. And if it is true that the money for them to give approval for the president minister, then the president minister must really step down and proper investigation conducted, and then the execution takes place. Because it should not go on unabated. We cannot continue to waste state resources. And it's most unfortunate. So nobody will take it.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much for making time to speak with us. Honorable Appiah Ofori, former Member of Parliament for Sukuma Dobe in Brakwa in the Central Region. He is also a member of the New Patriotic Party. So.